Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I lead the largest mass movement on the face of this very earth, the nightmare of the Janjaweed. Here we speak the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Incontrovertible, of course. Sometimes controversial, admittedly so, but incontrovertible truth. That is what we preach on this very noble platform, Insecurity into Nigeria. Bandits killed 91 people. By bandits, I mean these are Fulani people. Fulani terrorists killed 91 people in a place called Danko, Wasagu, local government area of Kebbi State. And I want you to listen very carefully to what I have to say. I want all the people listening all over the world to pay attention to what I have to say. The same people threatening to go and unleash genocide and mayhem in the East, in their own backyard, their own people, those referred to as legitimate stakeholders in the government, or should I say the governance of Nigeria, Miyetiala, we are busy slaughtering 91 people in Kebbi State. Now it doesn't stop there. Who are those they are killing, you may ask? Is it not the North? Kebbi State is mainly populated by Hausa people. The Fulani people are killing Hausa people in Kebbi State. They are killing the Lerma people. They are killing the Busawa people. They are killing the Dukawa people. They are killing the Dakakari people. They are killing the Kambari people. They are killing the Gungawa people. They are killing the Kamuku ethnic nationality in Kebbi. Are you listening to me? Later on, I will tell you why they are obsessed with dividing us. Southeast, South, Niger Delta, Igbo, and other rubbish. Because in the North, I'm telling you the truth, they are not one. Forget all the rubbish. Because what the Fulanis did very cleverly was to emasculate the political, economic, and social space within Nigeria. All the, should I say, media outlets in the North only have one agenda: to throw out the Fulani narrative on a daily basis. Daily Trust, Premium Times, NTA, Channels Television, to an extent AIT. They are using Punch newspaper. Intermittently, they will use Vanguard. They will use Nation newspaper as they will, now and again. In Kebbi State, as they are busy telling you about Southeast and South, Niger Delta and Igbo, Delta is not even other rubbish. I want to tell you that in one single state in the North, the Fulani is a minority. And in that place that the Fulani people are a minority, they have gone on and killed 91 Hausa people. Are you following what I'm telling you? They have killed 91 Hausa people. You will not hear anybody ever. If it is anywhere else, they'll say, oh, they're killing Fulani. What is happening to Fulani? But Fulani went into Kebbi State, which doesn't belong to them, and killed 91 Hausa people. This happened 2 days ago. No, in fact, basically on Saturday, very early morning on Saturday, it happened yesterday, to be honest, the 5th of June. The police command in Kebbi State on Saturday confirmed that bandits, they don't want them to be called terrorists, because once they're called terrorists, you know, Boko Haram, ISIS in West Africa, Al-Qaeda in the Maghreb comes to mind, and Saru and Miyetiala will come to mind. So you know what the government of Nigeria did through Lai Mohammed, their Minister of Information? They said to media houses, do not call them Fulani terrorists anymore, just call them bandits. So that way the eyes of the people and the attention of the world will be deviated or deflected away from the real identity of these murderers and killers. It's a very simple strategy. Maybe it was Britain that advised them to do that. Maybe it's Katrina Land that advised them to do that. I am telling the whole world only yesterday, As they were shouting about Southeast insecurity, we are going to kill, we'll bring in the army, we'll land aeroplane, we'll bomb everybody. In their own backyard, this same government is aiding and abetting the Fulani slaughter of Hausa people. It's here now, it's not very clear. Bandits kill 91 people in Danko, Wasagolo, confirmed by the police. And who confirmed it? The public relations officer, the PRO. His name is DSP Nafiu Abubakar. He confirmed the figures and said all the victims were killed in 8 different communities in the local government area. He said 8 different communities. These are Fulani people killing Hausa people. Telling you the Hausa Fulani. That is why I keep wondering, I keep asking Nigerians all the time, what is in your brain? What sort of substance is in your brain? Is it the white matter that God created, or is it something else that is there? As they have now corralled all the media houses in the zoo to focus on the East, Fulani are busy killing Hausa people. They'll come out and they'll say, oh, we are Hausa Fulani, but behind closed doors, they are slaughtering Hausa people. It is here now. Go and ask the DSP Nafiu Abubakar of Kebbi State. He is the public relations officer of the police in Kebbi State. He confirmed it. According to him, the command has so far recovered 88 bodies and dispatched a detachment of operatives to maintain law and order in the affected communities. There is no bombardment. Like all, no, not at all. Because they are all the Fulani, they know what they're doing. There is no bombardment. There is no shoot at sight order. There is no abduction of young men with tattoos on their body. No rape of women. No, not at all. This is in a state where 88 Hausa people were slaughtered by Fulani terrorists. Now tell me why any decent person would want to belong to such a country. I'm asking a very simple question. When Lai Mohammed complains about IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu, this Biafra agitation, tell me why any sensible person would not agitate to be free in a country where 91 people were slaughtered and there was no mention of it by the government. What is of concern to them is a INEC building. That is what is of concern to them. Are you following me? Are you following what I'm saying? I hope people are following what I'm saying sequentially. A country where 91 people were slaughtered only yesterday, their concern is the East. Do you see how they roll? Because Fulani has an agenda. The agenda is to conquer all of you. But some of us are so foolish and so idiotic, we don't understand what their game plan is. If they do not have it in mind to conquer all of you, how come something as massive as the slaughter of 91 people did not elicit any comment from the so-called presidency? Tell me in which country, anywhere in the world, that such idiocy obtains. Only in Nigeria. When I say it, they say his insightful tweet, he's inciting violence, and you are the ones committing violence. Fulani, you are the ones that killed 91 Hausa people in Kebbi State. You got me massaging them, say, oh, we are Hausa Fulani, but you're killing them. 88 bodies were recovered. Now, let me tell you that all the people that I mentioned earlier were being killed. The killings took place in Koro, Kimpi, Gaya, Dimi, Zutu, Rafingora, Igwenge villages, and in all Danko Wasagu local government area of Kebbi State. Are you following me? Now, the question that Twitter, I'm sure you people are listening to me this evening. The question you need to ask Lai Mohammed is this. Who killed those people in Kebbi State? What is their identity? Because anytime anything happens in the East, it's ESN, IPOB, ESN. You even find the Yoruba newspapers. Without any investigation, they will say it's IPOB, ESN, IPOB, ESN. I want to ask Yoruba media, Yoruba journalists, you evil people, have you ever wondered or asked yourselves the people behind the slaughter of the innocent in Kebbi State? Why couldn't you say it's Mietiala? The way you quickly say is IPOB, is ESN. It is that hatred. It is in your bone marrow. You cannot get rid of it. I am not talking about the freedom fighters we have in Yoruba land. I am talking about their journalists. Journalism from Yoruba land is pure venom, designed to paralyze your thinking faculties and to render you useless. By the time they are done with you, Fulani will just walk you over. I want to ask Yoruba newspapers, how come you are saying it is bandits that kill people in Kebbi State, whereas anything that happens in the East is ESN, IPOB? Why? Do you see why I hate Nigeria? Do you see why I agitate for Biafra? Because you hate me for no reason, for speaking the truth. That is the only, you hate me for no reason. Then why should I not seek a country of my own? Given the level of hatred you have towards us. Daily Trust newspaper will be somewhere in Kaduna. Something will happen maybe in Okigwe, and he will write this IPOB ESN. He has never been to Okigwe before. I want the world to listen to what I'm saying, to understand the level of hatred directed towards Igbo Biafrans especially. To all Biafrans anyway. The other ones, they are treating them as if they are normal, but of course they are not. Fulani killed Hausa people. The same newspaper is writing Hausa Fulani, Hausa Fulani. I want to ask the whole world tonight, who are the people responsible for the killing of 91 Hausa people in Kebbi State? The answer is Fulani. And they know, but they are terrified to write the truth. They are terrified to speak the truth. That is why I cannot be in the same country with you people. You people are evil. You are evil. You see evil and you support it. You keep your mouth shut. You want Tinubu to be president. And you are paying dearly for these mistakes you're making. As we proceed, I am going to bring to the attention of the world the damage that Yoruba journalism has done to Yoruba people. I will prove it tonight. On this noble platform, what we preach is the truth. You may not like it, but if you go back and reflect upon everything that I say, you will come to the realization that it is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. You may not like the way I deliver it. I give you that. I'm not too bothered about it. But ask yourself this question: is Nnamdi Kanu speaking the truth? This evening, am I preaching the truth or not? Why is it anytime something happens without proper investigation, it is IPOB or ESN? But only yesterday, all of you in the zoo called Nigeria, you reported the massacre that took place in Kebbi State. My simple question tonight is to Punch newspaper, to Nation newspaper, to Vanguard, all the rest of you that are basically trotting out the Fulani narrative every blessed day. I want to ask a simple question. Who are the perpetrators of that heinous crime in Kebbi State? Once you answer it truthfully, you will now understand why I am pursuing a sovereign state of Biafra. Because all of you are hypocrites. I want also, Twitter, are you listening to me? Because they want to listen. Lai Mohammed told them, go and listen to him. You hear his hate-filled speech tonight, and you ban him on Twitter as they bribed Facebook to try and suppress my page. and Twitter, you're listening. My happiness is that Twitter is owned by a white man. And white people are more objective when it comes to issues of this very nature. I don't want to go into the background of Mark Zuckerberg. That will take care of itself in time to come. But I'm sure that the owner of Twitter is a white man. So he is bound to be objective, at least. I want to also let the whole world understand what is happening in the north, in Fulani-controlled northern part of Nigeria. I call them the Arewa, the Janjaweed frontier of the north. What is happening? Do you know that Islamic leaders who are Fulani people are abducting Hausa people who are Christians and forcibly converting them to Islam and forcibly marrying them off to whoever that wants to take a Hausa Christian bride? Are you aware of that? No, you're not aware of it. Because some of you erroneously think that in the north, they're all Muslims. Is that what you're thinking? No, you're wrong. Islam is in the minority in the north. You'll be shocked to know this. Now, let me explain something to you. And I must thank Inter-Society for bringing this to the attention of the world. Because they actually called for the prosecution of some Islamic leaders in Katsina State. The same state that they claim the dead Buhari, whoever is there, comes from. Answering Buhari, of course, the late Buhari comes from Katsina. Do you know what they're doing in Katsina State? Fulani Caliphate Islamic people there are kidnapping people, young women, most of them Hausa Christians, and forcibly converting them to Islam. It may sound far-fetched, but it is true. And I'm going to shock most of you this evening. There is a group in the north. They are called the Hausa Christian Foundation, HACFO, HACFO for short. The Hausa Christian Foundation reported incidences of indiscriminate abduction of underage girls by Islamic leaders in Katsina State and forcing them to renounce their Christian faith to take up Islam. What they did to Leah Shoaib. To tell you that they are all in it together. This is what I want Yoruba media to understand. I know that some of them are Muslims. I understand that very well. But at least they are educated. They went to school. They are not quota products as you have in the north. Not at all. You have in the Janjaweed north, that is. Do you know what the group said? Hausa Christians, what they said. The Nigerian government must sanction the Katsina Islamic leaders for indiscriminate abduction and forceful conversion of scores of Hausa Christians, especially girls of underage, to Islam. This is according to a statement issued on the 15th of April, 2021 by the Hausa Christians Foundation. According to the group, there has been indiscriminate abduction of hundreds of Hausa girls and their forcible conversion to Islam. The abducted Hausa Christian girls who are under the school age of 16 are also forced into early marriage, done outside the consent of their parents. This is happening in a place called Nigeria. These are the people that want to ban Twitter. These are the people that bought over Facebook. The same people that bought over Satlink in Israel because they were carrying our signal. These people. I'm asking all of you Nigerians, for goodness sake, when will you begin to reason and to learn? They claim, are we not upholding the rule of law? So the rule of law in the north stipulates that you must abduct a little girl and forcibly convert her to Islam. This is happening. It is a report. Let me also ask those in Asorok, have you spoken to people of Katsina abducting little children about the need to understand a particular language that you're about to speak to them? Have you done that? I want the world to understand how despicable, vile, and evil Nigeria is. That's what I'm trying to do. To let you understand what is happening in Nigeria as at this very present day. People must understand the game plan of the Fulani, and I want Twitter to understand it. They will come with harassment. They will try to buy shares in Twitter. They will try to impose their own people as directors of the board of Twitter. They will try to get you to change your policies towards Nigeria, because the Fulanis have a long-term goal. They know what they're looking for. They want the total Fulanization and Islamization of the geopolitical space called Nigeria. That's what they want. And they will never stop until they get it. They will never ever stop. This is something that I want Yoruba people to understand. This is something I want Middle Belt on. In Middle Belt, you'll be taken. You'll be swallowed alive. I'm telling you, you will be taken. The only reason why this demonic Fulanization is not in full swing is because of the activities of IPOB and Eastern Security Network. That's what is stopping them. If not, by now, we would all be gunners. The time now is 5 minutes to 8 p.m. in the land of Biafra. We are live and we are direct. It is also the same number, say 3 minutes to the top of the hour, regardless of where you are. We are preaching a gospel that heaven asks us to speak and to preach about this very evening, and we must do so. People are saying, ESN, IPO, not people anyway, of course, the Janjaweed and those that hate Biafrans, naturally, that's what they always do. They've been doing it since 1945. It's not new. The demonization of the East didn't start today. It's since 1945. And it's never going to stop. Even when we get our Biafra, it will never ever stop. It is inbred. How did we get to where we are today? I want to ask, people must listen very attentively, please. I want to ask the whole world. You're talking about ESN, you're talking about IPOB agitation and all that rubbish, the way we speak, our violent. I want to ask the whole world, please. How did we get to where we are today? Number one question, I want to ask the Zoo media, Nigerian journalists. In 2014, what did IPOB do to warrant the massacre of people in Onitsha and Enugu? I hasten to add. In 2015, let me also ask, what did we do to deserve being massacred on October and November of 2015? People talk about Nigeria as if it is one normal country or nation. No, it is not. Nigeria is a gangland. It is run by gangsters, basically, masquerading as politicians. This is something that Twitter must understand. The world must understand it. It is a fact. Let me ask you. You see the Shia people, Shia Muslims of El Zagzagi. What did they do to deserve to be massacred in Zaria? Were they violent? Were they carrying arms? Let me leave Shia. Let me come to IPOB once again. In 2016, I was in detention. I was in detention in Abuja. People gathered to remember 30th of May, 2016. We got together in a place called Mpo. Or should I say at a place called Mpo? I have to be grammatically exact. To pray, to remember the dead, exactly what we did a few days ago. Do you know what happened? I want the world to understand. I hope Twitter can follow what I'm saying. I want mankind to understand. On the evening of the 29th of May, 2016, Nigerian Army, Nigerian Police went to a place called Mpo and killed over 1,000 people. Now you'll be wondering, what did they do? What's their crime? Their only crime was to gather together to try to remember those that died between 1967 and 1970. The army went there and shot over 1,000 people dead. Am I lying? Nigerian journalists, am I lying? After all, Amnesty published a report about it. A report was published by Amnesty International on this very massacre. I want to ask everybody then, was there any ESN, any arms anywhere? Was anybody carrying any guns or anything of that sort? It's only the flag. You shot people dead. Have you all forgotten? You zoo people, have you all forgotten what you did in 2016? Let us go to Aba. If you doubt me, go and look at the clip, and I want it everywhere tonight, please. The clip of that Al Jazeera journalist interviewing the late dead Buhari when the idiot was still alive. You know, sometimes I want to sound statesman-like, but it's not possible. I'm dealing with animals in a zoo. How can you wear a suit and you be playing with monkeys? It's not possible now. You'll get dirty. So it's better you take off everything now and be naked like them and be swimming in the mud. Isn't that the best thing to do? Sometimes I come on air and I want to sound very statesman-like, but it's not possible because we are dealing with vagabonds, to be honest with you. Why did I call them vagabonds? Listen to my reasons, please, before you castigate me. Those you massacred at Mpo in 2016, what did they do to you? Were they violent? Were they armed? Those that you criminalized for asking for self-determination, do you know that it is a deliberate policy of the Nigerian state with their neo-colonial handlers to be calling us secessionists? Sky News published an article a few days ago and called Sky News in the UK called IPOB a secessionist group. New York Post made the same mistake. Reuters, everybody calling us secessionists. Now, I want to ask them a simple question. Why is it that you don't refer to Scottish agitation for self-rule a secessionist movement? Oh, because they are white. Okay, sorry, I do apologize. They are white. What do we know? We are black monkeys. We know nothing. Nicola Sturgeon can agitate for a separate homeland for the Scottish people. Sky News will not call it secessionism. New York Post will never ever target a secessionist movement, neither will CNN. But because in Africa, Biafrans are asking for the same thing that Scottish people are asking for, you now tag them secessionists. This is what is called very sublime racism. If you don't know, I will teach you and you will know. In Europe, it is called ethnic nationality. In Africa, it's called a tribe. For a reason. I'm asking the whole world this evening, why is it that Nicola Sturgeon, the leader of the Scottish people, asking for Scottish independence makes her, they don't even have a name for her. If I ask for the something that Nicola Sturgeon is asking for, Nnamdi Kanu becomes a secessionist. How did we get to where we are today? Go and publish, please, everybody publish that very interview. I think it was Denise that was interviewing the late Buhari then. We were praying in Aba National High School in Aba. Twitter, are you listening to me? Before they ask you to ban me tomorrow morning. So you want to understand why we are upset, why we are angry, why we address Nigeria as a zoo. I'm not telling you the reason why, or should I say the reasons why. We gathered in Aba to pray, National High School in Aba to pray. These your newfound friends now, Nigerian police, they came, they opened fire and killed people. And I want to ask the Nigerian police that kill people, those playing inside National High School in Aba, were they carrying any guns? It's a simple question. Ibazu is that the governor of Abia State. All those people you shot dead, were they? In fact, they were even running away your position and killing them. You packed some of them, you thought they were dead, and you put them in a pit along Aba Iguacha Expressway, and you poured that seed on them. Luckily, one person survived that very ordeal. I hope that Yoruba journalists are listening to me tonight. I hope you're listening very carefully and attentively. You want to understand why we're upset? I'm not telling you why we're angry and why we want Biafra. You you thought they were dead. You shot so many people dead. You packed their bodies and dumped them in a borrow pit. In order to make their identification impossible, you poured acid on them, on their faces, to disfigure them. True or false? We have a survivor of that very ordeal, and his plight was well publicized. I even think that CNN even carried the news at some point. But you know one funny thing? Yoruba media never carried the news. But we're in one Nigeria. They wanted to be good Nigerians. We all need to be good, but they never carried the news of this grave injustice being done to a people. Are you following me? Why did we form Eastern Security Network? Why? You know, ESN, if you go now, ESN, the militant wing of IPOB, the armed wing of IPOB, that's what they're saying. That is why, to be honest with you, I don't give a damn who bans me or who doesn't. I don't give a toss. I must preach that which heaven have asked me to preach. How and why did we form Eastern Security Network? Why and how? What happened? Are you following me? What happened? We formed, I think his name is Jack and of Twitter. Jack, the reason why we formed Eastern Security Network was because our mothers were being raped when they go to the farm. Our daughters were being slaughtered, cut into pieces. Why did we form Eastern Security Network? Because our mothers were being killed and raped in the farms, our fathers were being slaughtered. We can no longer go to the farm. Our forests and our bushes were unsafe. Was that not the reason why ESN was formed? I'm asking Yoruba journalists. Is it not the same reason why you formed Amoteku? Is that not the same reason why? Don't Amoteku carry pump action? Is Amoteku not armed? Is anybody remotely suggesting that Amoteku is the armed wing of Yoruba liberation movement? I'm asking this question. Now, the thing is, you people, you are Southerners, you are black people. Some of you are well read. But what I don't understand is, why do you keep gravitating towards evil? Why do Yoruba journalists always want to support evil? I can't understand it for a life. I don't know why they do that. Amoteku is armed, clashing with Fulani headsmen in your forest. Is that not correct? Anytime we drive away Fulani from our forest, you now come back to us and tell us that we are armed wing of IPOB. Forgetting the reason why we formed it in the first place. What is happening in Oyo? There is massacre going on in Oyo. I'll get to that later on. Do you know my happiness today? Miyetti opened their mouth and said, we are no longer in the southeast. That's what they said. And our people keep forgetting those that made it possible for these terrorists and murderers to leave our land. It is Eastern, because of Eastern Security Network. Eastern Security Network. That's the reason why. In case you don't know. IPOB made it possible. Do you know that it is only in the East, in Biafra land, that Miyetti Allah openly confessed and said, we no longer have a presence there in the whole of Nigeria. Only in Biafra land. Do you know why they said it? Because we drove them away from there. Eastern Security Network drove them away from there. Do you understand? They said, but insecurity has persisted, despite the fact that we are no longer in the East. This is Mietiala, the fourth most deadly terrorist group in the world, in the whole world. And I want Twitter to understand what I'm saying tonight. The fourth most deadly terror group in the world is Fulani headsmen. According to the Global Terror Index. Go and Google it. The only place Fulani said we are no longer moving our cattle, raping and killing people is on Biafra land. And which people made it possible? Who are the ones that made it possible? Intellectual man, who made it possible? I'm asking you. Something that all of them couldn't have done. We formed ESN December of last year, and by May of the next year, Fulani confessed we are no longer in the Southeast. Now tell me who is there killing people? Fulani soldiers, Fulani policemen, Fulani DSS. Because we defeated their foot soldiers, Mietiala, they got upset. That is why you are seeing this level of disproportionate deployment of soldiers and police in the East. Fulani is upset. They have taken over parts of Yoruba land. They are comfortable. Can't you see that they are not worried about Yoruba agitation? They are not worried. They know where the problem is in the East. Are you following me? They are not in our forest, so if we find them, they are gone. They cannot be there, and they understand it. Fulani must know that we are more stubborn than they are. The only reason why it seems sometimes that Fulani, they have the leeway is because the Yorubas are afraid of them. Yoruba, not the Sunday Bohos of this world, they are very brave. Not the Ghanaians of this world are very brave. Fani Kayode, given what has been, very brave. Fayoshe, a very brave man. Yinko Dumakin, my late friend, a very brave man. And of course, Paya Debanjo, very, very brave. When that man speaks, I want to borrow him and bring him down to the East. Paya Debanjo. They have brave people there. But the rest, I don't know. I have no idea. Today, what they are doing by attacking Twitter and buying over Facebook, they want to change the narrative. The Fulani Janjaweed, they want to change the narrative. Every blessed day, they want the world to believe that we in the East are the aggressors, that they are just the victims. And I want the world to ask them a simple question. Who were the sponsors and founders of Boko Haram? Who are the sponsors and founders of ISIS in West Africa? Before then, who are the founders and sponsors of Al-Qaeda in the Maghreb? Who are the sponsors of Ansarut? Who are the sponsors of Fulani headsmen, Miyet Yalam? Who are the sponsors of even the foreign bandits that I'm talking about? How many terror groups have I named for you now? All exclusively Fulani owned. Yet, their focus is in the East. I want the world to understand something today because all of you are listening. Nobody hates the police or the army anywhere in the world. But I need you to understand something, that in Nigeria, you don't have an army. What you have is a Fulani, fully Fulanized terror machine in uniform. A gang of murderers in uniform. That's all you have. I'll prove it to you later. We are not going to allow the Fulani to change the narrative. That is why they're upset. They have managed to subdue everybody else in the zoo, apart from IPOB and ESN. They cannot, and they know they cannot. It doesn't matter how many people we lose. We don't care. We keep going. I lost my mom and my dad, and we are still marching on, aren't we? I lost 28 men, very close. We are still marching on. I lost a cousin, Adako, to Nigerian army. We are still marching on. We are not going to stop. So you understand it very clearly. Now listen to me, please. The reason why anytime you see them, IPOB, what they're doing, they want to break the country. The elders must rise up and speak. All those fools. Let me tell you something you don't know. We are the way we are because you made us so. Your hatred for me is what conditioned me over the years to react to you the way that I'm reacting to you, because you are evil. Nigeria is an evil entity, very, very satanic. You want to change the narrative. It's IPOB, they're the aggressors. I saw some women, was it yesterday? Give them their Biafra. We don't want to die. Look at murderers calling other people murderers. Can you believe such nonsense? The Fulani leaders, you cannot win. You cannot defeat IPOB. You people were the ones that established many terror organizations in Nigeria in a bid to overwhelm the country and take over the territories for your Fulani people. IPOB became a stumbling block to that very janjaweed expansionist tendency. True or false? Am I lying? You were ruling Nigeria before, doing everything you like, controlling NMPC, controlling the seaport, customs, everywhere you ever. Now, finally, because you felt that you've subdued everybody else, now you can now march on with your foot soldiers into the east, because you've taken over Yoruba land. Of course, I know that very well. You came and we said, no, you can't come into this land to take it. Come and do your business and go. You said no. Now, because we defeated Mietiala, you now brought in police and army with official uniform, official badge to come and kill people. And I also want to remind Twitter, because they're listening. Twitter, please. Do you know that in the Nigerian army and police, there are terrorists there? Are you aware that Nigeria actively recruited terrorists, killers and murderers and rapists, and gave them army and police uniforms? Are you aware of that? How can anybody, Yoruba journalists, how can you people in your infantile stupidity refer to Nigeria as having an army or Nigeria police? Or where are those terrorists that they conscripted into the Nigerian army and Nigeria police? Where are they? People without shame, where are they? I'm asking you. Fulani, you want to change the narrative? Of course not. They want to put the blame of insecurity in Nigeria on IPOB. Can you believe that? Can you believe these people? Can you believe them? Can you believe these people? And luckily, as God will have it, they are slaughtering themselves in the north. But IPOB securing the east are the ones to be blamed for the insecurity in the east. There is a clip I want everybody to play, please. Who opposed to them opened his mouth and said, I invited the army to come into Olo. There was nothing happening. Fulani, who opposed to them gave Fulani land in Olo to do Ruga, Fulani settlement. And we said no. We drove the Fulani murderers and terrorists away. Who opposed to them now invited his friends, his masters from the north, to bring in their army and heavy machinery into Olu to kill us. That was how all these things started. All of you have forgotten. Black people in this UG, black, you have all forgotten the Genesis. The same way that all of you that are blaming Boko Haram is a terrorist group, Boko Haram, what they're doing. But when Nigerian police were busy killing their leader and killing everybody else, all of you were just there drinking Fradununu. Or doing betting on Chelsea versus Man U or Liverpool versus Man City. Nigeria army and police will go out and commit atrocity upon atrocity. All of you will be there, you keep quiet. Any day, those people out of anger rise up and retaliate. All of you baboons and monkeys will start writing rubbish. Do you know why? Because you have no conscience, you have no soul, you're a black person, you are the embodiment of evil. It's the truth. I don't care who bans whoever or whatever, I don't give a toss. I must preach the truth. Black people are wicked. By nature, very wicked people. That is why you forget the atrocities that your police and your army always commit. You forget. In a twinkle of an eye, you forget. Our army, our police. Now listen to me very carefully, please. You are blaming ESN, whereas it is the same Fulani terrorists masquerading as headsmen that are responsible for orchestrating all the insecurity in and around Nigeria. Fulani, you have Boko Haram. Fulani, talking about insecurity in the east. Hey. Whereas 91 people were slaughtered yesterday. Yesterday, they were killed yesterday. You have the guts. You people have no shame. You have the guts to stand up and be talking about insecurity in the east. And you're a senator from Kebbi State or Kebbi, whatever they call it. And 91 of your constituents were slaughtered. You didn't see it. You are talking about east. Fulani, who formed Boko Haram. Fulani, who formed ISIS in West Africa province, ISWAP. Fulani, who formed Miyetti Yala. Fulani, who formed Ansaru. Fulani, who formed these headsmen and bandits you claim are foreign. Fulani, who brought out murderers and killers and terrorists from prison and gave them military and police uniforms. It is you people. You have now spread them around the country, causing mayhem, abducting people from schools. These are the same place. Hi, this people. Fulani, you think everybody's as stupid as you are? You go, you kidnap students from their schools in the north, you get ransom, you buy more arms, you embolden yourselves. You have the guts to conduct a live press conference talking about insecurity in the East. Don't people have shame? Anyway, you don't. Who are the bandits, or should I say terrorists, taking hostages of school children and demanding ransom? Are they not Miyetti Yala, Miyetti, the chief negotiator? Who are the people destroying farms, raping and killing their victims daily around Nigeria? Fulani. Fulani. You know how they managed to convince some of you is what I find astonishing. Despite the overwhelming evidence, how they managed to convince you people that they mean well for you is something I can't understand. It was in Nigeria that I discovered the reason why the black race were enslaved and colonized at the same time. After slavery came colonization. After colonization, now we are in the era of neo-colonization. If you want to know why a black man is easier to control than an animal, come to Nigeria, you will see it. You see, Punch newspaper is a Yoruba newspaper. Tribune is Yoruba. Nation is Yoruba. In fact, most major newspapers, they have this Yoruba leaning because most of them are based in and around Lagos, including Sun, Vanguard, all the rest of them. Unbelievable. They know that their forests and their lands have been taken over by the Fulani. The journalist writing their rubbish for Punch newspaper, he cannot go back to his village. Most of them in Ogun State are refugees in Benin Republic. The person, you will have the guts to come on national television to talk about insecurity in the East. Whereas your fellow Yoruba people, they are in Benin Republic as refugees driven away by Fulani. But because I said that no Biafran will go and dwell in a refugee camp anywhere, instead we all perish. You are calling me the instigator of insecurity. Let me tell my Yoruba journalists one thing they don't understand. If we had behaved like you people, by today we will have Biafrans in Ambazonia as IDPs. If we had allowed the Fulani to come into us playing this one Nigeria, good one Nigerian card, our land and our forests would have been taken over by the Fulani the same way they have now taken over swathes of Yoruba land. Are you following? In your land, the Fulani people are massacring you. In our land, it is there. We have defeated their foot soldiers. They now brought in, gave them army uniform, official army uniform, to come to kill in our land. That's what we are facing now. Because the Fulanis, they think they're clever, but they're not. One day we will get one terrorist with uniform, and we will show the whole world what they have been doing. Fulani terrorists are everywhere, you must understand. They are the military and the police. Nigeria has no military, it has no police. What you have are terrorists, Fulani terrorists in uniform. That's what you have. No Fulani leader. I have never come across any Fulani leader condemn Yala. Never, ever, ever. But one of them, the East must speak up. Silence is no longer golden. Speak up now. Speak up now. Have you ever spoken up against Yala? Have you spoken in the past against them? Against your friends in Boko Haram and ISIS in West Africa that are considered even more deadly than Boko Haram? No, you have not. But you want Eastern leaders to rise up and speak against those that drove away your terrorists from our forests. Does that make any sense to you? Of course not. No Fulani leader has ever condemned what their people are doing. The same people are today threatening us. Fulani rulers trade with genocide. Activities of ESN is the reason why we are coming. You are angry because we defeated your foot soldiers in the forest. We drove you terrorists away from our land. That is why you're upset. Once in a while, you give them uniform, army uniform to come and kill people. That's all you do. Any day we respond now, we capture them or we kill them, you run to Twitter. Can you see they're killing Nigerian soldiers and the police, our security architecture? But you cannot speak the truth by telling the whole world that these same people were once terrorists, or are still all terrorists even till now. Do you understand what I'm saying? Do you see why we are agitating for Biafra? Why we don't believe in Nigeria? Why Nigeria will be destroyed beyond repair? Because Nigeria is a criminal enclave. It is not a nation, it's not a country. It's a place full of black people who cannot reason properly. It's as simple as that. Because if you can reason properly, please, you can see the handwriting on the wall. Who are the terrorists in Nigeria? Who brought insecurity into Nigeria? Is it not the Fulani? Without Fulani people raping and killing in our land, also one, in case you have forgotten, Nimbo, in case you have forgotten, in Ebonyi, in Cross River, in rivers, everywhere they were killing, pillaging, raping and looting. Have you all forgotten why ESN came? You have all cleverly forgotten. Black people, this UG. And they are so-called political elites. Everybody wants to be politically correct. Everybody wants to be politically correct. Everybody wants to please Fulani because of 2023, because they control INEC, they control CBN, they control everything. Your political future. In fact, if they can put this on in power, what can they not do? All of you were there claiming this is our nation, Nigeria, without shame. You people, you disgust me. Supreme Court of Nigeria imposed a ban on the people of Imo. A man that came forth during election. He was imposed. And they asked Supreme Court of Nigeria, where did you get all this number of voters, given the fact that INEC register doesn't tally with the figures you're pronouncing? And by law, the same INEC they claimed they met a few days ago, we are not happy. Our offices are being burnt. What is happening now is not good. The same INEC that you charged by law to conduct elections went to Supreme Court and said to the judges, the figures you're using, they are wrong. The judges said our decision is final. Hope Uzodinma is the governor of Imo State. And you want people to accept that rubbish? You must be mad. You must be mad. What we are doing is to teach the next generation how to defend their lives. ESN was born out of the need for self-defense. And we have done a very marvelous job. That even Mietiala confessed. Anywhere you see people claiming they are Fulani, these are terrorists that they brought in and gave them uniform to go and kill. That's all. To go and kill. And I want Yoruba media to listen to me very attentively now, please. You see, there's a prayer I always pray, and I will say it in Igbo language, the oldest language in the world. Maybe that is why Britain hates us so much, because we are the oldest people on the face of this very earth, Igbo, ancient people. And that is the center of the world as well. I'm sure you know that by now. 0 longitude and 0 latitude. You know that the Greenwich Mean Time is 1 hour to the left. It's not the proper central time of the world. The proper central time of the world is where the 0 longitude line meets the 0 latitude line, which is in Biafran waters, for your information. So you know, we are the center of the world. That's why we have in H-O-W, the very first place that the light of God had to shine on this very earth. Gani Adams, Iba Gani Adams, the Are Onakakamfo of Yoruba land, on Sunday said, that's today, with the killing of over 50 people in Eganga town, Ibarakwa, Okogun area of our state, it is evident that war is imminent in the country. Please tweet and listen to me. Who killed Yoruba people in Oyo? Are they bringing... You know, sometimes some intellectuals and efulefus, they prefer, they look for their own to blame all the time. I want to ask them a question. The war commander, the generalissimo of Yoruba land is Iba Gani Adams. Earlier today, he said that war is imminent in the country. A Yoruba man. Why is he saying it? Because 50 people were slaughtered in Oyo State, in Yoruba land. But a Yoruba journalist writing for Punch or writing for whoever is still talking about one Nigeria, our country, Nigeria, this is our nation, let's move forward. But in his village, people are falling down like flies. Are you following? I want to ask the world now, who are the people responsible for the slaughter? Yesterday was 91, today is 50. You know, one Nigeria, isn't it? Let's move our country forward. We Nigerians, we have to attack Twitter. We Nigerians. Fulani is singing the mantra of one Nigeria, and you're joining them, facing the altar, singing one Nigeria from the back. They are slaughtering you from the back. They are slaughtering you from the back. When you speak, it's hate speech, it's incendiary, it's insightful. They bought over Google, you know. Nigeria bought Google. They put in so much money in Google. You don't know that because of IPOB and Nnamdi Kanu. So much money in Google. If you go to Google now, the number one, if you Google Nnamdi Kanu, if you go to Google and you write in Nnamdi Kanu, the first thing you will see, Nnamdi Kanu's tweet removed for insightful statement. Up to 4 or 5. Every other thing I say, no. Mankind is evil, honestly speaking. I'm telling you the truth. Even Google was bought over. They bought over. That one loves money. They gave him money, Zuckerberg. And he took money and handed over Facebook to Lai Mohammed in the zoo. Anything you write. If they kill us, you publish the pictures, no, they ban you. You talk about it and they ban you. That is why everybody must be on Twitter. I've told you that before. And the events of the past few days have justified my call for each and every one of you to go and open a Twitter account, be on Twitter. Everybody must be on Twitter. That's where you do the damage to the zoo. That is why they're crying and complaining and lamenting every blessed day. I will not let him go. Forget all the nonsense, all the noise on the pages of newspapers and all that rubbish and on channels. Ask about bunkum. As if it will matter to us. It doesn't matter to me. It doesn't matter to me what you write, what you say, what you gossip is irrelevant to me. You know that very well, don't you? Iba Gani Adams said he condemned the gruesome murder of innocent residents of the town and warned Fulani headsmen and bandits to stay away from the southwest or be ready to face stiff resistance. Aha, tomorrow now, when maybe OPC, when they now get together to resist the Fulani, you claim that OPC is looking for war. But Fulanis are there now slaughtering them, isn't it? All of you are hypocrites. The killings happened in the early hours of Sunday and brought the entire Igaga town and its environs to its knees, with over 50 people dead, cars burnt, and over 20 houses burnt. That's their signature. Burning of houses. Do you people know who actually brought in burning of houses into the, should I say, the thinking or mindset of Nigerians? Do you know who brought it in? It's the army, Nigerian army. They are the ones, they go to your house, they kill you. If you escape, they burn your house down. The same barrister Joffo, they attacked his house again last night to kill him. They came, was it not last year, and burnt his house. Do you know that Nigeria army went to Fela's house in those days? People talk about unknown gunmen, unknown goat, unknown cow, unknown pig. Who started the phenomenon of unknown? Nigerian government under Obasanjo. They sent soldiers to go and kill Fela and his mom. They went to Fela's house after causing the death of the mother, of course. They burnt the place down. Nigerian army. They asked them, who did it? They said, unknown soldiers. All of you have forgotten. These are black people that don't read. You don't even know history. They asked Obasanjo, who were the people responsible for invading Fela's home, Fela and Nicolas Bokuti, his home? They said it's unknown soldiers. Oh, dear me. Nigeria. You see Obasanjo tomorrow, this insecurity is getting out of hand. Obasanjo, did you not start insecurity by sending soldiers to go to Fela's house? What crime did Fela commit? He was singing and expressing his natural, his God-given right to speak his mind. Obasanjo, you today talking rubbish, insecurity, and we need the bitterness in the land. Why did you send soldiers to go and kill Fela and the mom? When they failed, they burnt the place down. Nigerian army, yes. It was Nigerian army that started this very, the concept of burning down people's houses. Nigerian army, yes. Nigerian army, yes. The army of Nigeria. Our boys, as some of you will foolishly claim now and again. They killed Yoruba people 50 yesterday. The same way they went to Benue State and killed Igbo people the other day. When we go there now to confront them, people say, hey, ESN is here. They are destabilizing the polity. They're talking rubbish. Why is it that when Fulani people are killing people, all of you are quiet? When the people rise up to retaliate, you start talking rubbish. All of you. You start writing to Twitter. Lai Mohammed was upset because he wrote to Twitter on 4 occasions for Twitter to ban my account. And Twitter said no. You don't know that? 4 times they wrote, Ministry of Information and Culture, signed by Lai Mohammed to Twitter, ban Nnamdi Kanu. Twitter said no on 4 occasions. But they called Facebook, you know, Facebook, they have Nigerians working for them. Bribery and corruption, gave them money. Anything you see that is Biafra, pull it down. And the idiot doing work for Facebook, pulling all Biafran posts down in his village in Ibarak, but they have killed 50 people. I can see Nugabun. I can see that hand with which you have used to write that poisonous epistle on the pages of Punch newspaper. You will put it inside your mouth and you become contaminated. Ibarak is an example. Yoruba land is under siege by the Fulani. And you're writing about the East. I know that Ibagani Adams will do the obvious. They even destroyed the palace of the Oba of Ashigagan, of Igaga land. Oba Adewusi Olaoye. His house was not spared. And the monarch has been whisked away by the bandits. They even took a Yoruba traditional ruler, an Oba in Yoruba land, Fulani. Your friends, eh? Your friends in one Nigeria, keeping Nigeria one, moving ahead, yes? They took your Oba. Fulani bandits took your Oba. In the east, you have their soldiers disgracing our traditional rulers, as they did in the coastal region. They know what they're doing. Can they do that thing to an emir in the north? Can they try it? Of course, the answer is no. Because all of you people, you tolerate Fulani Janjaweedism under the guise of one Nigeria. They are flying your flag, green, white, green in front of you, but inside they're destroying you, but you don't know. Very, very sad indeed. It's very difficult to sound presidential or to sound statesman-like when you're discussing Nigeria, because the whole place is disgusting. Nigeria is disgusting. They never spoke the language that they're terror. Why don't you now come out and say the killing in Oyo State is bad? We are going to treat them in a language they understand. Why not? It's only in the East. And Yoruba journalists, they support this junk coming from these people. That is the reason why they come to your land and they massacre people. Because you support evil. Tinubu has to be president. You people are jokers. That Biafrans are not in IDP camps today or refugee camps is because of the immense work that ESN is doing. And for record purposes, please, ESN is in the bushes and forests of Biafra land. We are not out on the street. All of you trying your best to link ESN with unknown gunmen, you're wasting your time. If you want to know how unknown gunmen were born, go and look at all the atrocities of the Nigerian army and police against young people in the East. You'll understand that. ESN is inside the bush, making it possible for you to sleep at night. ESN is not and will never be unknown gunmen. And without myself excusing the activities of these angry youths that have had their relatives murdered by the Nigerian state, it is the same Nigerian police and army that are complaining today that brought this brutality and lawlessness. And I'll ask them again, what did those people do to you? Onisha, Emene in Enugu, have you all forgotten? Mbama River in Bayelsa. All the massacres you have carried out against young people in the East. What was their crime? What offense did they commit to warrant you to go to where they are praying and kill them? Nobody can answer that question. You think because you have money, you can bribe Reuters and bribe AFP and bribe Sky News and CNN and bribe the Yoruba media and all that rubbish. You silence us, you're mad, you are insane, you cannot do it. There is something called the internet. Even if you ban us here, we go somewhere else. It doesn't matter, our message will keep going. Our message will keep going. Nigeria will buy over every company in the world, and our message will still be passed down to the people that need it most. ESN is not unknown gunmen and can never be. But we know how unknown gunmen started. Every day you kill people and you go scot-free.